Hello everyone, this is Joey here, back to talk about my gastric bypass surgery, what led up to it, the actual surgery itself, and now the after care, because I am now 2 days post surgery. And so I wanted to talk today about everything that led up to it. I talked about in my last video my reasons for it, and that I was in the middle of a 2 week liquid diet. Well, my liquid diet continues 2 weeks after my surgery. So I did the liquid diet up until this past Monday was my surgery date, but I'm going to go back a few days because of everything that has been happening in the world. Before you can get surgery, excuse me, you have to get a COVID test. Now, my wife and I have had a COVID test before for different things, but it was just the minor nasal swab. Well, this time I had to get the big one. So I showed up where I was told to go, and it was a drive-through COVID test. So I pre-registered for that, and excuse me, I have a lot of air coming up. This time I got the full test. This is what they did. If you can see this, this is how far back they have to go for this test. Thankfully, it was negative, but I'll tell you, I just straight up cried. I cried hard. It will make you cry. If there had been a wall, I would have punched it hard twice. If everyone in the country had to get one of those tests, I think that vaccination rates would go up dramatically. Because I had that test on Friday. I had my second dose of the vaccine 2 weeks before Saturday. So I was 2 weeks post-vaccine, but when they schedule your test, you have to do this. There's no getting around it, and I hadn't had my first dose of my vaccine when my surgeon approved me. So it's just something everybody has to go through. So that was Friday. Saturday, since I knew I was going to go in, since I knew I was going to go in to have surgery, I wanted to do a little something for me, and it's been a long time since I'd had one, so I wanted to get a pedicure. Now, I'm going to say this because leading up to the surgery, they wanted to know what my relationship with anesthesia had been, and it had not been a lot. I have had in my lifetime a removal of ingrown toenails. I used to have frequent ingrown toenails, and finally my podiatrist, when I was younger, just decided to operate on my toe so that the toenail really doesn't grow back. I have a toenail on my left big toe that's about that long. I don't have a full toenail to avoid the constant ingrown toenails I used to get. So I wasn't really put out all the way under that, and I've had 2 colonoscopies. That was it. So I'm going to have a pedicure, and the woman looking at my feet, and she's like, "What happened here?" And I started to explain ingrown toenail removal, and she said, "Why didn't you come here? I could have done that. You didn't have to go to the doctor." She's screaming at me while I'm getting a pedicure. And I'm trying to explain, I'm sorry, I was 14 at the time. It was 28 years ago, and my parents were not going to drive me to Brewer, Maine to have someone remove an ingrown toenail. But I didn't. So, Sunday, continuing on the liquid diet, anxiety started to ramp up a little bit just because, I'm having surgery the next day. And I had to take a shower that night. shampoo, shower regularly, then take half of this cleansing wash that they give you and have to go from the neck all the way down to the feet with half of it. Clean towel, clean washcloth, clean sheets, loose fitting pajamas. What I slept in. Monday morning, I get up, I have to shower again, neck down to feet with the other half of the antiseptic cleansing cleaner, soap. So I do that, and then my surgery was scheduled for 10:20. At 7:20, I had to drink 12 ounces, start drinking 12 ounces, take almost an hour to do it. Ended up taking about 40 minutes to do it just because we had to leave. Of a full sugar, no light, no diluted with water juice. And so I did that. I chose cran apple juice as one of the 4 that you could choose, and drank that, and oh, it tasted so good. Go to the hospital, get signed in, get checked in, and I take off all my clothes, put on the robe and the little slipper socks that they give you, answer a million questions, get weighed in, final weight, but this was with clothes on. Final weight with clothes on, down 26 pounds from when I started this in January for my first thing in. I was almost 30 pounds down with clothes off. And so went through everything. Anesthesiologist came in, checked me over, said, I don't know, you're going to do fantastic. This is going to be great. Surgeon came in, looked everything over. Somebody had mislabeled something in my chart, and so she thought at first my weight was 400 pounds. I'm like, no, 350. And she's like, oh, that didn't look right, didn't sound right. No, she could cancel the surgery right then. No, 350. Okay, yep. She signed off. Everything was great. Stayed there until they came and got me. Wished my wife goodbye, that I loved her, and she went to the waiting room, and I got rolled into the operating room. Now, my operation was done by a robot that my surgeon was controlling. It's a huge machine, and I scoot from the stretcher, the gurney hospital bed, onto the operating table, make sure I was shifted over correct. They put the thing on my face, told me to take a few deep breaths, that it was just oxygen to get me ready, but I don't remember anything after that. I'm sure there was something else, but that's the last full thing that I remember until they brought me over into recovery, and I came to. Now, they told me that when I first came to that they were going to put some things over my eyes for some reason or another, but that if I blinked away that my eyesight would clear up. And so I tried to do that, and the woman was like, no, you can't rub your face. And apparently I have no shame. Okay, I'm going to be completely honest with you all. Apparently, when they finished the surgery and started to wheel me into recovery, or I was just into recovery, I peed, like kind of all over things, but I was naked and out of it. I don't know. But that's good. They said that was good, you know, or at least to try to make me feel better. But she said, "Do you want your wife to come back here?" I said, "Could you just give me a few minutes?" I said, just, I wanted to be more aware and cohesive. And they said, "Yeah." And so I did. And then my wife showed up. So that's everything through pre-surgery through surgery. And next time I'll talk about everything that has happened post-surgery, because that's been a lot as well. Make sure that you like, share, subscribe, click the little bell. You'll be notified every time I do a video. Go out, make it a great day, and thank you for going along with me on this journey.